Hi, all, and welcome to a brand new channel that's going to hit a little bit on politics. Now, we've all seen the headlines. More importantly, we've all seen the footage. There really is a massive divide in this country, and I believe that it's made up of billionaires, paid protesters, and sheeple. The following video will prove my point.
We stand together!
In Salt Lake City, west of the airport, sits an unoccupied warehouse.
We have heard that a detention center may be coming to Salt Lake City for months now, and no one has known where it might be. But this just all started lining up yesterday.
Protesters lined the street in front of what they believe could be a possible site, hoping to catch officials during a site visit they believed was happening this morning. That's because of a social media post that identifies specific locations across the country that are so-called new ICE facilities. We at Fox 13 have been unable to verify the authenticity of that document, but in December, the Washington Post reported it reviewed internal ICE documents that listed some of the same cities, including Salt Lake City and Kansas City, Missouri. Back out at the warehouse, we decided to just knock on the door. We saw several SUVs and people inside the building. Two men answered the door. I explained who I was and asked what he could tell me about the building, and he told me he was not allowed to speak with anyone who was not there for the site visit. When I asked what he meant by site visit, he told me, "I can't talk to you about this." Fox 13 News reached out to the Department of Homeland Security, asking them about plans for a large detention facility in Salt Lake City. DHS responded, saying in part, "We have no new detention centers to announce at this time."
Not just not here, but nowhere, because there is no difference between here and Minnesota. There is no difference between here and Chicago. There is no difference when the people of the United States are oppressed.
Protesting is absolutely a fundamental right. I think the problem I have is when the paid protesters are being sent out before all the facts are out, and then you have the followers who are just following to fit in. That's another burden on the taxpayers. You have to have law enforcement policing these people so that what happened recently doesn't happen again.
Stand up! Fight back!
She told him if the property would be used to house more than 20 people whose movements were restricted, it would need to comply with building code. She said the local infrastructure would also not support high occupancy in that area. She said those concerns would need to be addressed before the city could provide an occupancy permit.
Not now! Not
The president of the Utah League of Cities and Towns weighing in now as debate intensifies over the proposed ICE detention facility in western Salt Lake City.
At issue is whether the building's even suitable for people, with more questions about utilities and infrastructure.
Yeah, this as protesters made their voices heard outside of the warehouse. That's where Natalie Wattis joins us live right now. Natalie, what's the latest?
Well, Kate Bradshaw, the mayor of Bountiful, told me that getting the right utilities in somewhere retroactively could mean that they need to make bigger facility upgrades downstream.
We want ICE off our streets! We want ICE off our streets!
I am against this facility being used to warehouse people.
No union is illegal!
Protesters lined the roadway in front of the warehouse with concerns including those brought by Salt Lake City Mayor Erin Mendenhall about lack of utilities here and the fact the building isn't meant to house people. In a letter to the Department of Homeland Security, the mayor said potential usage changes could take an enormous toll on the city's water and infrastructure capacity. I asked Kate Bradshaw, the president of the Utah League of Cities and Towns, how cities measure this.
They'll be looking at the uses for the property that they anticipate. So if they're planning for housing, that'll dictate certain water line and sewer line sizes.
Bradshaw told me it could be expensive to retroactively upgrade a building's utilities because it also involves potential upgrades to downstream treatment facilities.
Sewer treatment facilities also have a capacity of wastewater that they can handle. It's not enough to just increase the size of the sewer treatment pipes if you haven't also upgraded a facility that will receive that waste.
Now, I reached out to Mayor Mendenhall's office again today for another interview, but they declined while they wait for information from DHS. Reporting live in Salt Lake City, Natalie Wattis, KUTV 2 News.
3 people have been arrested after a warehouse owned by Immigrations and Customs Enforcement was vandalized. The warehouse is located west of Salt Lake City International Airport. It was recently purchased by ICE to be used as a detention center. The plan is sparking protests, and local officials, including Salt Lake City Mayor Aaron Mendenhall and Senator John Curtis, have criticized the purchase and demanded more information. The vandalism at the warehouse included graffiti with a swastika that had a line going through it and the words, "Kill all Nazis." Several windows at the facility were also smashed, and what appeared to be paint was on the door. The arrested suspects are 18-year-old Chase Fredrickson and 2 unnamed juveniles. Court documents say Fredrickson was captured on video throwing rocks at the warehouse during a protest yesterday. Those documents do not connect Fredrickson or anyone else to the graffiti, but federal agents told the arresting Salt Lake City officer the damage amounted to about $3,000.
I swung into that ICE facility today, and I spoke to a couple agents who had to be there to protect the building from criminals. Imagine that. If you happen to like the video or the content, please give me a thumbs up and drop a comment below to try and help me get the channel off the ground. Thank you. Good. Is this the building everybody's so pissed off about?
Yes, sir.